Hi friends, today we will learn about top 10 most famous hacker groups in history. Hacker groups exploit weaknesses in software and systems. They're clandestine collectives whose size can range from a few operators to sprawling criminal networks spread out across the globe. But they're typically united by a single goal or methodology. Of course, not all hackers operate with malicious intent. Many white-hat hackers, or you can say ethical hackers, work to strengthen digital defenses, using their skills to protect systems from the predatory activities of their black-hat hacker counterparts. Here we're going to talk about hacker groups that have engaged in hacking activity, regardless of motive. The groups below aren't penetrating defenses, just for the challenge.
Boss, I have a question. Actually, what do hacker groups do?
A hacker group's primary goal is usually financial gain, which is achieved through various malicious activities that exploit vulnerabilities in computer systems and networks.
Boss, I understand, but can you tell us how hackers do this?
A typical cyber attack comes in multiple phases. You will learn this later in the course. Here are 10 of the most infamous hacker groups in history. Number 1. Anonymous hackers. Anonymous is a good example of a hacktivist collective that believes its work makes the world a better, or at least fairer, place. You may recognize their symbols, Guy Fawkes masks, and the slogan "We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us." They have claimed their work is about advocating for freedom of speech, government transparency, internet freedom, and social justice. The methods of Anonymous involve deploying distributed denial-of-service attacks to overwhelm websites and make them inaccessible. They have also engaged in data theft and leaked sensitive information from various organizations. They're also the masterminds behind Operation Payback, which targeted PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard after the companies cut off payment services to WikiLeaks. Anonymous played a significant role in the Arab Spring uprisings, creating tools like Tor and VPNs to help protesters organize and share information while disabling and defacing government websites. Number 2. Fancy Bear, also known as APT28. Their most notorious escapade is the 2016 hack of the Democratic National Committee during the US presidential election. Fancy Bear is a state-sponsored Russian hacking group believed to be controlled by Russian military intelligence agency GRU and operating since the mid-2000s. The name might sound cute, but Fancy Bear's destructive activity has the attention of governments, intelligence agencies, and technology giants around the world. They've successfully hacked and infected hundreds of thousands of home and office routers and gained control over other network devices. Number 3. Lazarus Group is a notorious North Korean hacker group known for its destructive cyber attacks. They gained worldwide attention for its 2014 hack of Sony Pictures in retaliation for the movie The Interview. Lazarus Group has stolen billions of dollars from banks in Ecuador, Vietnam, Poland, Mexico, and Bangladesh. They use a variety of tactics in their operations, but are best known for their spear phishing campaigns, leading to the installation of their own custom malware, such as Distover and Jonap. Silent Cholima, Dark Soul, and Hwateam are also thought to be North Korean hackers, and some experts believe they might be subgroups or different names used by Lazarus Group. Their targets have included government agencies, media organizations, defense contractors, and supply chains. Number 4. Carbanak, also known as Ananak, operates out of Eastern Europe and has targeted banks and other financial institutions worldwide, resulting in the theft of over $1 billion. Later, Carbanak expanded its attacks to target hospitality and retail sectors, compromising point-of-sale systems and stealing credit card data. This group employs a combination of social engineering, spear phishing, and malware deployment, such as remote access Trojans to execute fraudulent transactions, manipulate account balances, and access sensitive financial data. They typically transfer stolen money to dummy accounts or prepaid debit cards, but they've also engaged in manipulating ATMs. Number 5. The Dark Overlord. The Dark Overlord group gained notoriety for its ruthless extortion and high-profile data breaches. They target organizations and individuals to steal sensitive data and then use that information to blackmail them. They have focused on medical databases and Hollywood production studios, often demanding large sums of money in exchange for not releasing the stolen data to the public. One of their most infamous attacks was the hack of Netflix's show Is the New Black, where they leaked unreleased episodes and demanded ransom. But among their most sinister are the attacks on healthcare providers, during which they stole sensitive patient information and threatened to expose it, even selling some on the dark web unless their demands were met, as well as threats sent to school districts to extort parents. Number 6. The Equation Group is a cyber espionage group believed to be linked to the United States National Security Agency's NSA Tailored Access Operations DAO unit. Active since at least 2001, they are suspected of being involved in the Stuxnet worm attack on Iran's nuclear facilities and have also targeted governments, military organizations, financial institutions, and telecommunications companies in Russia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Syria, and Mali. One of their primary methods is using zero-day vulnerabilities to gain access to systems, allowing them to implant highly sophisticated and persistent malware like Flame, Equation Drug, and Greyfish, capable of reprogramming hard disk drive firmware to create hidden disk areas and virtual disk systems. The group's name originated from its extensive use of encryption, which makes detection challenging. In 2015, a group known as the Shadow Brokers claimed to have hacked the Equation Group and released some of their hacking tools, causing significant concern in the cybersecurity community. Number 7. TA505. TA505, also known as Evil Corp, has been active since at least 2009. The group has been linked to Russia and is known for its cyber attacks on financial institutions in the United States, United Kingdom, and Germany, as well as healthcare organizations, government agencies, and educational institutions. One of their primary tools is the Dridux banking Trojan, which they have used to steal login credentials, financial information, and other sensitive data from banks and financial institutions. TA505 has engaged in extensive wire fraud to steal from victims. TA505 also uses social engineering techniques to send millions of malicious emails, often impersonating well-known companies or entities to deceive victims into opening malicious attachments or clicking on malicious links to deliver various ransomware strains. Number 8. DarkSide. DarkSide is believed to be operating in Eastern Europe, specifically Russia. Their tools are ransomware attacks and extortion. In fact, this group operates using a ransomware as a service model, where they provide affiliates with access to their ransomware in return for a percentage of the ransom payments. These have been reported to be around 25% for amounts under $500,000 and 10% for larger sums above $5 million. DarkSide claims to be apolitical, and they avoid targeting certain geographic locations to exclude former Soviet countries. They also refrain from attacking healthcare centers, schools, and non-profit organizations. Their most notorious attack was the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack, after which they announced they were shutting down operations and disbanding their affiliate program. However, cybersecurity experts have suggested this might be a ploy to allow the group to re-emerge under a different name. Number 9. Moffo. The origins and exact location of Moffo remain largely unknown. Capitalizing primarily on zero-day vulnerabilities, they target the intellectual property of government agencies, financial institutions, technology companies, and healthcare providers. Their most well-known attacks against Microsoft, Apple, Twitter, and Facebook took place in 2013. Moffo also uses social engineering and custom-built malware to breach the defenses of its targets and remain undetected for extended periods. Apprehending members of Moffo has proven challenging for cybersecurity experts and law enforcement agencies. Number 10. Lapsus is an international hacker group with a focus on extortion. The group uses Telegram for public communication with its 50,000 subscribers, including recruitment and posting sensitive data from their victims. In 2021, the group attacked the Brazilian Health Ministry, took down the website, and deleted sensitive data. More brazen attacks took place in 2022, first against large tech companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Samsung in March, and then again in September against Uber and Rockstar Games. Lapsus used social engineering to hack into access management company Okta, gain unauthorized access to Nvidia systems, and access user data from the Mercado Libre online marketplace. They've also employed multi-factor authentication fatigue as a tactic in their attack on Uber. The group's mastermind turned out to be a 16-year-old from Oxford, England, while he was arrested in 2022. Lapsus Dollar remains a threat, and its members appear to be primarily teenagers from England and Portugal. This was a short video of hacker groups. For more content like this, subscribe our channel.